Okay, sorry. I have a selection of items in the background playing, and I realized that it had suddenly stopped, so we had to fix it. Alright. Set dressing. I'm kind of a little all over the place this evening, but I usually am at this stage of the streaming program, so we'll get there. We'll get there. I'm getting acclimated. What I probably should do is sit around and level build for about 30-40 minutes before I go live, but that would involve, planning ahead more than I seem capable of doing. So we'll just see how it goes. I'm still getting settled in my new studio setup too. Like, for whatever reason, I can't seem to get it looking the way I had it looking last night, and that's really bothering me. I don't have where my camera's going to be dialed in quite yet. The positioning of everything still probably needs to be tweaked a little bit. One thing that's really funny is Kate Sith has a materia combo on his weapon that occasionally, when he hits stuff, he will turn them into either a frog or small or both. And that's what we were witnessing here. Now, truly, I think the plan is, if I don't get through the Temple of the Ancients by the time 9 o'clock rolls around, I'm just going to put the game on pause. We're going to take a little break and we're going to come back, is what's going to happen, because by then I'm going to need a break anyway. Go have a little snack. Why are these guys getting me this good? I mean, this is stupid. See, this is what I mean about me not paying attention sometimes. This will be, I can just edit this out in the final production, because as far as I know, there are not a great deal of people watching this, so... Which is fine. Right now we are paying our dues. We are part of the deal when you start a YouTube channel is you're going to have to spend some time entertaining no one but yourself. So it needs to be something that you enjoy. And this I do enjoy. I love this game. It is my favorite game of all time. And I wanted to try out streaming just because it seemed fun. Not something that a lot of people my age tend to do a lot of. Why not? Let's give it a shot. So, pulled out my favorite game, one that wasn't going to require me to have perfect reaction time or pixel perfect moves, and here we are. I've been doing this for about 6 weeks on YouTube, and I did it for about 6 weeks on Twitch before I decided I didn't like that platform and came over here and started over. Come on, bud, wake up. No, it's late and everything, but we're good. Wake up. We're here to shop. It's a hard life for everybody, right? Okay, so we suck, is what's going on with us. Well, we can ditch that platinum bangle, the platinum fist, the striking staff. Get rid of all 4 of those gold armlets. That should get me something. Okay. I got enough to buy 1, which is really the main thing we needed because Aerith is the one who really needs one. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and arrange. I don't have any other HP plus materials, do I? No. That's not something I've really messed with. Go ahead and give her sense, I guess. No, she's already got that. Okay, I think that's probably good. Okay, now time to get that walkthrough pulled up. I may be asking a little much of myself to try to get through the end of Disc 1 tonight, but, you know, also, we don't have to work tomorrow, so I don't have plans. Maybe we can play some Final Fantasy VII. Okay. Okay, I've got a bunch of crap on my desk, too. Alright, back to the plane. Get to the chopper. We got places to go. Asses to kick. Please not no more cicada. Oh, these guys. Whatever on earth they are. The bag risks. Those things are, like, we just pulled this out of the rejected Pokemon pile, is what we did with this. So the more dialed in we get, the more fun we can have with stuff like backgrounds. I think I've mentioned this in other streams before, but the backgrounds that you see on my streams are hand done by me. They're not AI. They're not anything like that. Most of them start out as a coloring sheet, and I do them in Procreate. But I mean, they're original art, I guess, is what I'm saying for the most part. They're based on a very simplistic image, but you know, 90% of what you see in them is original creations. This is my favorite, definitely. Oh, hi! I didn't realize that everyone was watching. That's great. Get you scooted over so I can see you. If you say something. Okay, back to the tiny Bronco. We are heading into the Temple of Ancients. Nope, nope. Back up the river. So I'll ask you a question. Did you play Remake and Rebirth, and what did you think of them? I have not played 8 yet. I remember my brother getting it right after. I was so in love with this game that when 8 had such a different magic system, I kind of gave up on it and I never picked it back up again. But I know that there is a like a remastered version, kind of like the Final Fantasy Tactics remaster, and I'd love to give that a shot. Like, I've actually kind of been giving some thought about what I'm gonna do when I finish with this, and I've got a few different ideas depending on what we end up, what ends up happening by the time we finish the game. Every week I've gained about 10 subscribers, so I hate these things. I mean, it's cool that there's a large number of them, though, because we're still working on trying to get some extra limit breaks and stuff. Yeah, I played Remake on the PS4, and then I had to wait quite a while for Rebirth to be available on Steam, because I didn't have a PS5. And so I ended up playing it on my husband's gaming computer, and I want to play back through it, because I have an Xbox I could get it for. But I want to finish this first. I think it would actually be really fun to, like, take the playthroughs from this and maybe, like, play those through and watch those and then do that section of the new game for comparison. Oh, we're just buckled in now. We've hit berserk. There isn't anything I can do about this. We're just along for the ride, and I'm really hoping that we can do enough damage, because if I die, that's going to be really, really embarrassing. So I've managed to take out, what, 3 of them? Or 2 of them. I have 3 left. This is not going my way. This is not going well at all. I've got a few different favorites. What's funny is I'm not really much of an RPG person otherwise. I play a lot of racing games other than this, and I play, like, platformers. I don't know, I like weird games too, like Katamari Damacy, or the ones that don't really fit into a genre at all. Oh, thank goodness. I was really, really worried it was about to kill me. Or these things, I guess not it, they. Let's save, shall we? That seems like a good idea. Do I have any hypers? No, of course not. That would have been too much like being wise about this. Only just recently got into playing mobile games because I have an iPad, because, like, I guess I'm kind of old school that I didn't realize that you can hook up a controller to a mobile device, and when I realized that, suddenly I was interested in playing games on mobile. I feel like they're trying to convey that she's repeating what the planet is saying, but it sometimes with the translation limitations and the amount of text they have to work with, you don't get all the detail that you'd like. So yeah, she's verbally speaking out loud back to the planet that we can't hear. And there's another cape up top. I want to see if it happens again, because when I played through this the last time, when he disappeared, the animation was really strange, and it did not look the way I remembered it looking on the PS1. So let's see what happens when we talk to him, if it looks weird again. Because I want to know if the game was glitching out the last time. He is number 9, and yeah, I remember him turning into like a cube or like an orb or something, but he actually, like, I don't know. Maybe it's just because I can see it better because I'm not on a CRT, but I had never noticed that that's actually what's happening. It's another kind of notorious translation error is he's like, oh, I've been tricked. And it's like, he didn't really get tricked. He just got attacked. Like, Sephiroth wasn't pretending he wasn't going to attack. To the best of his knowledge, Cloud, he's been a little preoccupied since he got stabbed. Aerith is not that. See, this whole section just seems. So he's going to give us the keystone so we can do it because he's already made his attempt and it didn't go. Hopefully Sephiroth doesn't show up when we try to drop it in there this time. Isn't there part of the greater Final Fantasy VII compilation that goes over what, like, some of the Turks were like as children? I feel like I remember seeing that. I haven't consumed a lot of that media because sometimes I have a hard time being able to watch stuff that's got subtitles if it's not dubbed. And so some of them I haven't watched. I rewatched Advent Children not that long ago. That was really good. I love how he just kind of sinks into the floor. And here we go off on the maze that I think made me rage quit multiple times when I was playing this as a kid. But hopefully that won't happen here because I have a map sitting in my lap. This place is huge. I'm starting to get bored. Alright, Kate Sith. This is an interesting choice of words. Very interesting, in fact. We won't give up. We can do it. I agree. I don't think this is going to be that bad. Okay, so we're going down. I think I established on my last playthrough that I can't poison this thing. Let's use fire on him. That was not a good idea. We will be using ice on him next time. So note to self, the door bowl is absorbs fire. Let's see if we can poison it. Maybe I'm wrong. I was wrong about the first one. Okay, it can be poisoned. Or at least it'll take damage from poison. It didn't get poisoned. Bolt works. I really hope this isn't going to end up being the part of the game where I run into a wall because I don't have any gil. Because I have no way of getting MP in the field right now other than one ether. And I didn't realize this until recently, but you can actually buy things from the little mage that we're about to talk to here shortly. But you gotta have gil to do that. I don't really have any money, so I guess we'll see how it goes. I can smell that my husband is making popcorn in the kitchen. I kind of hate him right now. I would also like some popcorn. And then on down here. I don't believe that I think this is the door that we can't go in. Yeah, it is. Okay, cool. Follow this guy up. And take your item. If we were using Vincent, that would be nice, but we are not at the moment. Yum yum. There is no way to convey yum yum in any kind of sound format and not sound stupid. I'm sorry. I know that's a hot take. You cannot not sound stupid. I'm sorry, you waited for me. Those are the spirit bodies of the ancients. They look like the mages from other Final Fantasy games. It's amazing. Oops. Okay. Sorry about that. Needed to pop something up and I was on the wrong screen of my stream deck. Please talk to me. Are you hurt, Lassie? Did Timmy fall into the well? And we have a few options. Resting being one of them, which is great. Okay, the next section I'm going to be following the yellow line on the map I'm on. Let's see here. I am going to buy some ethers while I'm here because I really can't do anything else with my money. And buy something. Let's see what we got. Really, ethers are the main thing that we need because we have the ability to heal ourselves as long as we have enough MP. So we're going to continue operating based on that. Wait a minute, I think I just figured out where I'm supposed to go. I remember that now. Okay. You can go through here. And that is... I must have wandered around here for 10 years the first time I played this game. The Under Lizard, that's an interesting name. He's the Under Lizard where? He's a palette-swapped version of a green enemy we fought in another forest somewhere. Oh, please no. Oh, please no. Thank you. Why am I having Aerith hit anybody with anything? Who knows? Okay. Keeping it going, keeping it going. Oh, a turbo ether, you say? I'll take that. Going on down, through. I feel like I'm learning how to tie my shoes. Around, through. Take the rabbit's ears. Okay, you... We're just gonna take care of you. We're gonna take care of you with that. Alright. Weapon for Barrett. And I'm following this guy around, and I think this actually gets us into... Because we don't get that box until later. Oh, it's you again. Well, I'm just gonna take care of this problem right now. Are they silenced? Yeah, I guess they are. Oh, please, no. Oh, this is not good. Okay. Cloud. Buddy, I'm gonna need you to, get on this, Oh, this is bad. Nope, that worked. If we were still a frog, which we are not. Please don't turn her into a frog. Please don't turn her into a frog. Please don't turn her into a frog. No! Let's see if this works the way I hope it will. Oh, awesome. Awesome. Okay. We are taking care of these things expediently now. I feel like once you get to some of these battles when you're in a new area that they're like tailor-made to the level that the game thinks you should be at, they become much harder. Like, I feel like I'm in these fights forever, which is really not the case. Like, I remember some of these fights taking forever. This is not forever. And at least none of the things I'm fighting right now are capable of petrifying me. This is just going to be long, but I'm not likely to die. These things are not likely to kill me. Okay. Ice 2 ought to be enough to take care of them. Yes. Good. Thank goodness. Now this puzzle, the first time you see it, is extremely daunting looking. It is not nearly as daunting as it appears to be. All you have to do is basically walk, well, yeah, just like that. Just keep walking until you fit into the donut hole, and then stop. You kind of get into a... You screw it up sometimes, and then that happens, and you get kind of mad, and that's not good. Run into position. There we go. Made it to the halfway point. Got us a nice morph materia. And then, the nice thing is that we're at the halfway point, so if we get hit, we're only going to get thrown back to the halfway point again. And then you don't have to do this again once you've beaten it once. I guess the ancients have deemed you acceptable, which, you know, I'm saying this like this is such a strange idea when Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade totally did this whole, like, you know, booby-trapped temple thing. And I feel like I remember reading that there is some historical evidence of certain cultures having done a version of this, which is, you know, I'm here for it. That's kind of awesome. So, we're gonna go back here and look in this reflecting pool and see what the ancients have to say to us. It is very cool. It kind of reminds me of that, like, pearlescent fluid that you see, like, science toys filled with that, like, is supposed to show you how flow works. And I'm back, sorry. This is like a TV. They're able to use water to project things. There's actually multiple times in the game that they show that the ancients have an ability to like conjure images in water. So this is what happened when Sung and some of the other Turks were down in the belly of the temple. And how Sung got hurt. I set my iPad off to the side. And, just that's much better. I think it would be really cool to figure out a way to just kind of produce whatever images you want on some kind of old CRT and have like, especially if you found like a really cool looking, like, you know, one of those old combo CRTs or something, and we're able to run a monitor signal into it so that you could show old TV shows on a CRT or play games on a CRT. But I think that'd be a really cool set piece for streaming. Here he comes. Evil incarnate himself. The biggest and the baddest Sephiroth. I'm sorry I keep messing around my face. Like, this happens to me a lot, but I have like really fine hair, and if one gets stuck to my microphone, it like hits me in the face, and it drives me crazy until I find it. Ew. I mean, if you want to get all up in there, you ain't got to tell us about it. So, the biggest like TLDR I can put on like Sephiroth's evil plan to destroy the planet has to do with him wanting to egregiously wound the planet in such a way that it has to rush in with a bunch of energy to try to heal itself, and at the center of that wound will be him to absorb all that energy. So he's basically wanting to absorb to injure the planet so egregiously to the point of its near or almost complete destruction, so that he can absorb the energy that the planet will need to conjure to heal itself, basically. Did you see it? It was. Yeah, we're almost to the room with the pictures on the walls. I'm gonna have to bring up my strategy guide, that's all there is to it. Which, I mean, I've got plenty of screen real estate to work with. I'm running a total of 4 monitors, so we're good. And we'll come down here and talk to him. Yeah, really, you get lots and lots of opportunities to restore your HP and MP without having to, you know, use any kind of consumable items. So that's nice. Okay, I'm gonna pull my walkthrough up. Give me just one sec. Enjoy the sweet, sweet sounds of my clacky keyboard while I figure this out. I'm sorry. Okay. We're about to go into the clock room, so I wanted to make sure that we were not going to miss anything that was unmissable. So, first thing we want to do is go to 4. Oh, oops. Well, we're just gonna go in here and then come back. Okay, move it myself. So that's gonna be X. And this is a very, very, very odious little mini game that we do here. From what I understand, some of the like hacked and modded versions of this game, which I plan I definitely do plan to try to do like the Tifa 7th Heaven, you know, the modded version with all the voice acting and everything, because I would love to get to experience that. And I just got access to being able to capture card from Steam, because my main workstation's a Mac, so I don't have access to that. But I have Windows now on another machine that I'm going to be able to capture card into. So I am actually super excited. Oh, actually, you know what? We are not doing anything until we do this. This is really freaking cool. This is one of the only enemies that has this particular weakness in the game. So we're going to go ahead and use this real quick. Do I have 1 biomateria or 2? Death. Instant death from these guys from poison. Like, I don't know exactly what that means, like, you know, plot-wise, but I think that's pretty cool. In fact, I'm just gonna wait for Cloud to get another turn so I can poison them again, because it is so... there's just something really fun about the enemies that you can instant death with something as opposed to doing damage. Like, even if it's an exact number of their whole HP, it's just satisfying. Extremely satisfying moments in video games you won't forget is getting the instant death on anything in this game because you one-shotted them. Nothing compares. So we definitely need number 5 because it's going to be a ribbon. So we're going to come back. Move it myself. And I am speeding up time. Okay, we're going to go ahead and proceed. And did I not just... Oh, right. I ended up with enemies. Okay, duh. There's a lot to have to remember, especially when you're also trying to make sure that, like, nothing's going on with your whole, like, computer, camera, stream, microphone. You know, it is sensory overload in here. Like, however long you think that it's going to take you to play a game, if you're streaming it, double that. Let's go ahead and give Aerith that. Let's move it myself. Crap. Okay, well, this will give us a chance to equip that weapon. Yes. Oh, that is nice. Very nice. I wish I had another HP plus to give her, but I don't. Some of the last times we're ever going to fight with Aerith are in this area. Okay, so we're going to need to go to 5 for sure, because that is a ribbon. Now, one advantage to us not having gone to Wutai yet is that we get a weapon for Cloud that is going to be super useful for that, not the ribbon. That is going on Cloud, like, ASAP. No, in fact, it is not going on Cloud. It's going on Kate Sith, because Kate Sith has White Wind and Cloud does not. And we'll use the White Cape on Aerith and go back in here. We want 7. Move it myself. Speed up. Oh, by the way, do not adjust your sets. It really does cut off a portion of that screen. So you really need to make sure that you know how to tell time, kids. You know, I wonder, like, some of these, like, obsolete skills, like telling time on an analog clock. I wonder how many of these skills are being preserved because of mini games in video games. Like, that's a legitimate question because, I mean, like, let's say that... And listen, I'm not, like, being all boomer about this. I understand that there's a legitimate reason that a young person who's only grown up in modern society, maybe hasn't had a lot of exposure to a lot of things, might not know how to tell time on an analog clock. You don't see them very often, and you've almost always got at least a phone around you, or a computer, or some kind of screen around you. I get it. But if you know how to read an analog clock, and you are a young person who's grown up in that world, do you know it because of video games? Do you know it because they taught it to you in school just to make sure that the skill was preserved? I'm just curious. I don't have kids, so I would really like to know. Or do you not know how to read an analog clock? Or did you have to teach yourself because of something in a video game? Okay, I want to move it myself, but I want to actually move time back. Because I'm going to 6 now. And then we got this, so again, one moment, let me get up here and look in my handy dandy strategy guide. Okay. And there is a very nice diagram of which door he goes in and which door he comes out, so... Because the way we unlock this is by following the little guy into a door and finding out which one he's going to come out of. And if you don't have a diagram, it will take you a very long time to figure out which one he comes out of. So I'm going to try to get this item here. Okay, so I'm just going to go in a door. Okay, so we want to jump down, because he should come out here. Yep, there he is. Thank you, Jeg.com, once again. So the next thing we want to do is go in this door, so that we can come out up top. Actually, I want to go down to one of the ones on the bottom. Just gonna go in the door he was in, because I do want to go ahead and rest, save, all that good shit before we move on. Because we've got a couple boss battles coming up. Like, the next one is not that bad. We've got one coming up that is going to be a freaking nightmare. So, look forward to that and watching me suffer. So if you're into that, you're gonna have a great night. Alright, so back up and out. You go in this one, you come out the top. And we're gonna go in the door. And lo and behold, it is the door with the pictures. He really is creepy. Like, I don't think that, you know, I get jaded because I've been playing this game for a very long time, but I never really forget how truly terrifying this was the first time I played this game. Like, he's a level of evil that you know, kind of sticks with you once you've turned the game off a little bit, you know? And we move a little piece forward to catch up with him again. And that's the destructive magic pictured there on the wall. That's the Black Materia. That is Meteor. And you think that they probably have seen this before, because they wouldn't have had a depiction to make if there weren't legends and stories of it having come. So I guess the good news is that the planet has survived it happening before, because we're still on a planet to have it happen to again. I think I'm gonna sit up a little bit because I feel like I'm just I am gonna fall asleep. You know, this really like chilled out room with all these like dark lights and everything seems great until you're like trying to stay awake. How do you intend to become one with the planet? Yeah, see, and this is what I was just talking about. When the planet is injured, it gathers spirit injury to heal the injury. So if the planet is so grievously injured, it has to make a heroic effort to save itself. What kind of energy could be conjured by that size? Or, you know, what kind of energy could be conjured by that size of an injury? At the center of that injury will be me. Like the peanut at the center of a Boston baked bean. You know, I try to make analogies. Some of them don't hit, you know, all that stuff. And this is one of the times that we start witnessing the splitting of Cloud's mind being really destructive to him. Because up until this point, Cloud's mind has been more a benign but sort of problem, but it hasn't caused outward problems for anyone else. Like him becoming confused, it hasn't caused him to hurt anyone. But him being exposed to Sephiroth this time is causing him to react in a way they haven't seen him do before. He's muttering to himself. He's acting like he's possessed. You start to see these, you know, transparent after images of him moving around to convey the, you know, that there's more than one of him fighting inside of him. You know, with the limited amount of tools they had to work with, because we're in a low poly environment, there's a lot going on this screen on the PlayStation. You've probably got alarm clocks in your house that have more power than the PlayStation 1 did. And so they had to come up with creative ways to convey these psychological concepts. So I really think this, like, you know, blurry after image that sort of borrows from, you know, cinema is kind of brilliant. You know, the confusion, like all the different poses that Cloud is able to do. We're watching Cloud's, you know, sprite go through all these emotions, even though he's got all the articulation of a Lego person, but they were just able to squeeze so much emotion through, you know, skillful positioning. It's strange to me that Kate Sith is doing his little fortune teller dance in this situation. Well, so what Meteor is supposed to do is it wipes out small debris-sized planets. It is a destructive magic that roams the universe, taking out tiny planets. And Sephiroth wants to send it to this planet to hurt it. Okay. Let's do this. First thing we're doing is Big Guard. Oh my gosh. Okay, and then we're doing Cure 2. Let's see what we can do with Seal Evil against this thing, because I don't know what it does. Okay, let's do something. Did that do anything? I don't think Seal Evil does anything against this thing, which sucks. Okay. Shiva, that's great. Definitely not Ifrit. Let's do Rama. I think he might be vulnerable to stop, so let's use Chocobo Mog and see what happens. Okay. Judgment Bolt. Now the key if you're using White Wind as your primary healing spell is you never want to let yourself get below half, because what it does is it takes whatever HP you've got and heals you for that amount, so you never want to let it get below 50% because you want it to be able to double and heal you completely. So we're about due for a dose of White Wind. You know, I think we might sail right on through to Icicle Inn tonight. We might go snowboarding by the end of the evening, who knows? I don't know if I'm emotionally prepared for that. It kind of depends on how my TV viewing goes during my break later. Oh, we should have poisoned him way earlier. I have dropped the ball. Okay, enemy skill. We don't want to use beta on him because that's fire. The part of the problem you're gonna have with oh, that did nice. Water does good damage on him. Okay, Aerith's got a limit break, so I don't have to worry about healing. Let's hit him with poison again and see what happens. Yeah, that Aqua Lung does gangbuster damage against him. Awesome. Okay, Healing Wind. We got him poisoned. He's on. This is fine. We're good. Like, as long as we have the ability to rest before we go on to our next one, we are in great shape. Oh, that feels way better. I can never quite figure out how to get these AirPods positioned on my head in a more comfortable way. Let's summon. Okay, she doesn't have any summons that are going to be worthwhile. We can throw Aqua Lung at him again. Limb Hazard. Nice. Okay. Oh, crap. Nice. Oh, very, very nice. We like that very much. Okay. All right. Keeping it going, I am going to go ahead and equip that materia because we're not using all the slots we've got anyway. That is getting used right away. Yeah, we're gonna put that on Cloud. I'm gonna give him Odin. What else have we got? Well, what's the strategy guide say about what we're gonna do about this next thing? Because he is nasty, but there is a strategy guide. Let's see what the strategy is. Okay, the next thing we want to do is take anything that is on Aerith that we can't get back off of her. Yeah, we can buy another one of those. That's fine. I think we bought 4 of them to begin with. We're going to take that white cape off of her. Okay, and then the other thing, I think we might want to try to get time on her, unless we don't have slow, so never mind. And we're going to get a haste from Big Guard. So I think all we have to do is go up here and try and touch this. There's something written on it. Yep, Black Materia. I mean, and it's spelled out in English, which is impressive for an ancient people. Black Materia. I think we have to do all 3, so let's start by shaking it, which it in turn shakes us. So the whole temple is the Black Materia. As you solve puzzles, it gets smaller and smaller and smaller until someone can fit it in their hand to take it. So it's a 2-person job. And those two people have to have a way of communicating with each other while one is inside the temple and one isn't. Per the ancients. So they basically tried to make a failsafe, and then they weren't thinking about modern communications being able to make it possible. Or someone with extreme enough power like Sephiroth that's not even an obstacle to him. In Rebirth and Remake, Materia is depicted as being about the size of a baseball, or like a tennis ball. Yeah, and anybody who solves all the puzzles to turn it into the Materia is going to die, because they're going to be crushed by the temple. So you'd have to have 2 people, one of which was willing to sacrifice themselves. Yeah, I would say they weren't a mean bunch, they were a smart bunch. Stop shaking it, you're shaking us inside of it, stop that. And Kate Sith has a unique solution because he's a robot. You see what I mean about modern communications? So, a stuffed animal is going to make it so that the Black Materia doesn't fall into Sephiroth's hands. Can't let anybody get their grubby little mitts on anything. Alright, now we go. And on the way out, we're going to talk to him and heal. Rest. Save. Because if this thing kills me, I am not going all the way back into that puzzle. I will turn this game off right now. Or, you know... Well, I keep... Every time I say that I'm not going to turn the game off. I'm not going to shut... I'll turn the game off. I'm not going to shut off the stream. We're just going to play Sonic Racing Cross Worlds for, like, several hours. Okay. So on across. Let me make sure that... Do we feel ready for this? The first thing we need to... I'm going to arrange these by type so that my ethers are close at hand. And I have a Mega Elixir, which yeah, honestly, I may just use. Because why not? It's not like I'm never going to get any between now and when I have the ability to get more of them. If you know, you know. I sure wish I had that ability right now. All right. First things first, let's get guard. Holy crap. Well, this is going great. Is he gonna take him out again? Oh my gosh! Are you freaking serious right now? I haven't done any damage on anybody yet. Oh, thank goodness. Okay. Time to start doing some damage. And a lot of it. I mean, I guess I had done some damage to him because I had already fought, I had already deployed Clim Hazard. I don't even think I got to do that. I think he killed me before I had a chance to get my limit break off, you son of a bitch. So I learned a valuable lesson earlier this week. Don't cut your own hair. I need to go get it fixed because I've done it before and I didn't have this bad of results, but it's like super uneven. I'm glad you can't see it. Let's speed this up, shall we? You know what? This is the first time. No, this is the first time we've ever seen Bahamut. Let's enjoy this. Oops, sorry. Didn't mean to hit my microphone. My microphone, as Dank Pods would say. And who doesn't watch Dank Pods? Everybody watches Dank Pods. Yeah, let's. You know what? I honestly think that Beta may do a better job against this thing than Shiva does at this point. It's got a lot of HP. It's got a lot of defense. Okay, we got. We're pretty good right now, actually. Rama shouldn't be too bad. I don't think you can poison this thing, but we're about to find out. I can't remember. Sometimes summons are a good way to give yourself a breather because you can't do anything while you're waiting for them to set up. I mean, it gives you a chance to kind of look through your items if you need to. Okay. You know, I don't think Ifrit's worth it now either. I think Beta's gonna do more damage than Ifrit would. Oh, please don't kill Kate, Sith. We're gonna need both, so that's fine. I think that's something good. I got 3 crowns. Hopefully that's nothing bad. Like, I got the death thing earlier. Oh, these are cool. 1160. Sharp. Actually, can Seal Evil work on this thing? I guess we're about to find out. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Oh, we need big guard too. Okay, Clim Hazard. Big guard. Now we're back in business. Okay. Let's try Chocobo Mog one more time, see if we can stop him. What's Beta look like? Aerith could use an ether. Come on, Aerith, honey, let's go out with a bang. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, this, I feel like we are going so slow, and we've got haste on us. Cloud's dead. Oh my gosh! What the hell, man? This is brutal. Oh, this is bad. Oh, come on. No, 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 no. Okay, I guess cave-in isn't so bad, but... Man. You know what? Screw it. Did it petrify her? Shit. I think at this point, Cloud and Kate's just attacking is probably the way to go. Yeah, we're doing more with physical attacks than we are with magic anyway. I mean, Aerith is getting about as much out of Beta as the other two are out of physical attack. I mean, Aerith would be doing like 70 attack against this thing. Like, she is not... Yeah, this is... She's not a physical attack character, and she's in the back row. By design, she comes in the back row, and she doesn't have a long-range weapon. She's your healer. She's not supposed to serve that purpose in your party. Oh, man. Cloud's dead again. Okay, then once Kate Sith gets back online... Okay, we're gonna... And Aerith is dead. This is nightmarish. Like, I don't remember the last time I had this much trouble taking care of this enemy. Yeah, just limit break him. That's fine. She's gonna have a limit break now, which is enough probably to get Kate Sith, or get everybody alive through Cloud's next turn when I can use Cure 2 again. Okay, yeah, definitely. I don't think Kaven's gonna get her for that many. Okay, Cure 2. Big Guard again. Get Aerith. Aqualung. Okay, now we can start doing damage again. He's gonna have a limit break. Nice. Cloud's limit breaks are probably the most reliable amount of damage you can do on this thing. Because it's physical attack and it's a lot of it. Yeah, C1207. Thank you, Cloud. Finally. A victory well earned, to say the least. And at this moment, we think that this is the last time we're going to see Cait Sith, and we're really, really sad. I was. I don't care if he's a spy. He's a kitty cat. He's adorable. Come on, Cloud, say something. I don't want to say anything. I'm still mad at him. Yep, we're killing the robot. Cait Sith runs a complicated algorithm to determine fortunes. It's not mysticism, it's science. I don't know. I doubt that. It'd be kind of cool if it was, though. Poor Tifa. Like, this is just my read of this game. This has always been my read of this game, is that Cloud and Tifa were always destined to end up together romantically. That Cloud and Aerith share something different that's more abstract. Aww. So I'm gonna poll the audience, like how much of what Cait Sith does and says is organic to, you know, the consciousness that is Cait Sith, and how much of it is the person controlling Cait Sith? Like, discuss, because I'm really not sure. So I guess my other question is, if they've solved a certain number of the puzzles within the they didn't solve all of them, obviously, but if they solved some of the puzzles, did they shrink a little bit? Are they coming out a little bit smaller than they did? And watching this from the outside has got to be so strange. Like, you're watching an entire building collapse into itself and disappear and become a piece of magic that can be held in your hand and taken with you. A piece of magic that is capable of destroying a planet that fits in the palm of your hand that used to be a building. Like, that's wild. That is beyond comprehension. And you remember a little while ago when Cloud sort of had this very kind of upsetting split happen? See, this is one of the few times that you do actually hear someone acknowledge, like, Sephiroth has been telling the world that he is an ancient because Jenova was an ancient. That's the story he was told. That is what he tells people. He's not an ancient. Sephiroth is something different. Something bleaker. He thinks he's superior to them. I became a traveler of the life stream and gained the knowledge and wisdom of the ancients. I met a guy like you at Bonnaroo a few years ago. No, I'm just kidding. I've never been to Bonnaroo, but I bet he's there. So, Sephiroth commands wake up, and Cloud, like, this is another example of this game using what it has to convey something. So he's caused this split again from the adult Cloud, who is collapsed on the ground, and child Cloud, who is now this little obedient child who's going to do Sephiroth's bidding. It's really smart and really creative, and this is another one of those times where you really feel like, you know, this is the point where games went from being games to being, you know, a form of art just as much as a movie. Gave the Black Materia back to Sephiroth. He was fighting with himself to try to pull himself back, and he handed it over, and Sephiroth disappears. Cloud is suddenly consumed with the realization of what he just did. The very thing they were trying to prevent from happening just happened against his control because he was taken over by this irresistible, undeniable force within him that he wasn't able to overcome. You know, this is... I mean, he even goes as far as to attack Aerith with this little boy Cloud of him watching it happen from the outside. Like, the innocent part of Cloud is watching this happen from the outside, is what this is to convey. And here comes Kate Sith number 2, read the room. Showing up... I mean, at the very least, he shows up to stop this from happening. But hi, I'm Kate Sith number 2. How's everybody doing? The most horrible thing you can imagine is going on in front of you. And here's Cloud's, you know, consciousness, basically. The Cloud that lives inside Cloud, that little boy that you know, can't believe what's happening. Deep somewhere in Cloud's consciousness. Okay, we're back. That was strange. I would imagine he doesn't feel good. I feel like I'm being really quiet. You know, this is a part that you kind of need to just sort of absorb. And I feel like me talking over it is going to kind of take away from that. So Aerith left to go to the City of the Ancients to do what she can do to try to stop Sephiroth by herself. Cloud ended up... if you were to look at where we are on a map, this is the next closest like proper town that has like an inn to where the Temple of the Ancients is. But we're in Gongaja. And we're going to be taking the tiny Bronco up there. And Cloud has a legitimate fear. He's done some reprehensible things already as a result of, you know, becoming confused when he's close to Sephiroth. So it's understandable that he's a little gun-shy about going and placing himself potentially close to him again. He's worried he's going to cause some sort of irreparable harm. So, yeah. Oddly motivational speech from Barrett. You know, there's times with them still encouraging him to come along, which I understand. He's probably not safe being anywhere else. He's certainly better among them. But them bringing him along, is this their naivete? It all turns out in the end, but, you know, we go on a very, very long journey before that happens. And they bring him along knowing that he could be a liability. Okay. Cloud. Hey, go upside your spiky head and bring you back to normal, because that's what a friend does. Is there anything that we need? Like, as far as items go? Like, we could probably stand to get some more elixirs. It's weird that we have almost exactly the amount of, gil that we had when we went into the Temple of the Ancients based on what we spent while we were in there. This is kind of ironic. Okay, so we are looking for our plane, which should be, like, right here. Okay. I think we just kind of go on across. Who's in my party right? Well, I keep forgetting like that you can't go into your menu while you're on the tiny Bronco, which is irritating. Kind of go up and around this coastline. The way you get around the world with this thing is such a roundabout way, and like I said on the stream last night, that I'm really glad that you don't have to use the tiny Bronco for very long, because I would lose my mind. Like, yes, it's neat that you can travel around the edges of continents now, and you don't have to go back to Costa del Sol and get on the cargo ship. Yes, I agree. This is a terrible way to travel. I would rather hop on a Chocobo. So we're going to this northern continent, which prior to last night, when I did actually go up here a little early so that I could buy some armor before we went to the Temple of the Ancients. But this is really the first like storyline we've gotten on the northern continent, and the next leg of our journey, like the last part of Disc 1, which we're closing in on, and the first little part of Disc 2 takes place on the northern continent. And then almost all of Disc 3. All of the new story on Disc 3. Okay, and the first thing we're going to do is save. And we are fully healed. Most of what goes on from here to the end of the disc, which is probably about where we're going to end up before we close out tonight, if I don't end up coming back later tonight, which, you know, like I said, remains to be seen. I very likely will be back tomorrow at some point, but whether we're going to be back tonight kind of depends on how much caffeine I can consume, and how emotionally taxing going through, you know, a very poignant part of this game and then watching the new episode of a pretty harrowing TV show. We'll see what happens. Okay. The lunar harp is somewhere in the ground here. We could excavate it for you if you want us to. Start digging. You know what? Start digging. I bought what I need to buy here already. Just the lunar harp. I don't even need staff. Like, I think I can get it on the first try. So you want to go like right here, basically. Done. Let's give this a shot. Let's see if the kids still got it. I'm fairly certain that this is the right spot. What's funny is the map that's on the website I'm using for strategy guide right now is wrong. Okay, so we're gonna move to the dig point. Yeah, we're gonna save like right here. Okay, Y. Now they're gonna dig here. I may be too far over to the left. If not, I know where I need to be. Okay. Is it in there? Is it in there? Woohoo! Kids still got it! That's right. First try. Didn't even have to hire any guys. Or gals. Okay, into the sleeping forest we go. Excuse me. And one of the things we need to do now that we're in the sleeping forest is get this summon that's going to be flitting in among the trees. If we hold still, we can see it eventually. Do you see it? Out off to the side? Yeah, it just looks like a little glowing orb going through the trees. It almost looks like the little arrow, but it's a summon. I've missed it many times. Like, I always forget it's there. Okay, and this right here is a can't miss item. This is the water ring. You don't really encounter a lot of enemies that are that do water damage, but the next enemy we encounter absolutely does water damage. So we're going to put the water ring on Cloud. Yeah, that ring being present on one of your characters makes this next boss fight unlosable, because the boss is incapable of doing any damage to you. I really love the enemies in the Ancient City Sleeping Forest. They are very, very cool looking. And just another example of why I hate Tifa's limit breaks. You know, we only got 2 of them and I missed one of them. Like, because I just don't think like that. At least Kate said it's random. Like, I don't like the idea of Tifa's limit breaks being a slot machine of skill that requires perfect reaction time. Neither of them has any materia. This is really bad. Come on. Get him. I do think we get to a save point before too long that we can use to switch our party out. Because I really don't want to be using Tifa. I mean, Barrett's staying in the party. We're going with Kate, Sith, and Barrett, like I usually do. That Kate, Sith, and Barrett tends to be my go-to party. It's either Kate, Sith, and Barrett or Kate, Sith, and Yuffie. She's dead. And not that it's gonna be difficult to take these guys out. I mean, it kind of has been so far, but we'll see. It might be time for... You know, honestly, I might just kind of shut it off now and then take my nice little break, get me some snacks. And that way we can kind of embark on the Ancient City together once we've had a chance to regroup. I do want to get to the save point, but I'm not certain that we're going to get through the final disc tonight. I think, or the end of the disc. I think that might be something that happens here later on tonight or tomorrow. So this is a question I get a lot because sometimes I don't leave my streams up. I replace them. The way I'm recording is in OBS, and if I record in OBS, I end up with a much, much higher quality audio and video than I would if I were to use the version that YouTube stores. So I put up an edited version of the stream, and I'm trying to I usually try to take out all the like downtime and stuff, because when I do Sunday morning streams, I run like a 30-minute like a splash screen with music for fun, and that splash screen ends up being part of the recording, so you get like 30-40 minutes of music. So this is an interesting enemy called, what is he actually called? Hungry. And he does what it says on the tin. He will in fact shrink one of your party members and then eat them to remove them from the battle. He will actually eventually eat all 3 of them, and you can lose the battle because of that. It is really funny to watch. He was not able to successfully shrink any of my players, but it is really freaking funny. Okay, we are at a save point. I'm going to PHS to get Katesith back in my party. Make sure everybody's nicely equipped. He needs a better weapon than that. But I'm going to go ahead and save. Okay. Alright, we double save to be doubly sure. It is 8:14. We have been on since 6:30. I am going to hop off here, take myself a break, watch the new Euphoria. I might be back later tonight. If I am, I will make sure you're subscribed, make sure your notifications are on if you'd like to continue watching. And if not, if you're watching this in post, we'll probably combine it all into one part. So I will just snap my fingers and we'll be right back. So anyway, you have a great night. You have a great time. I will catch you guys later.